Because it's just modern day slavery again. I will go into this conversation again.
Well, I couldn't wrap my head around that concept until I heard this guy, and I was like, there's communities, there's people doing
so what
jobs,
you're saying is you had to wait for a man to tell you for you
who's
to believe
been to
it.
prison, yes, as opposed to someone that's seen 4 tweets about it.
I don't have to freaking go to prison to know.
Yeah, but you had to go to Twitter. I just saw an article today that said Zendaya and Tom Holland broke up. They didn't break up. It was just on Twitter.
Was it TMZ?
No, it wasn't.
Liar.
All right, X Factor episode 20.
You can't say that unless it really is.
We are episode 20.
Oh my goodness. I was calling the man 16.
We purchased a brand new studio.
With our sponsor money that we don't have.
It's we're at Iron Pixel Studios in Orlando, Florida. My old high school teacher, I've been helping him out, renovate this place. And
so we could use it.
Yeah.
This is so cool. So nice. They turned the AC off just for us, so it feels like home.
Feels like the same old room.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, should we try the drinks?
Yes.
We forgot to get drinks, so we're going Pepsi and Coke today.
Which,
cheers.
Oh, the best thing ever. Honestly, I think I would give up every single substance ever. Okay, by every substance, I just mean alcohol for Coke.
Bro just got back from Bonnaroo
and
talking about substances.
I didn't even do anything. I didn't do anything at Bonnaroo besides alcohol.
Talk about it. How was it? Was it good?
It was super fun.
Bonnaroo's a 4-day festival in Tennessee.
4-day, 5-day, technically. You could make it 6-day if you want. Some people come Monday, which is
Some people live in Tennessee year round.
Some people walk there from their house, actually. No, it was really cool. I had a really, really good time. I saw Lil Nas X. Freaking phenomenal. I can't stop talking about it. I didn't expect him to be so freaking good. It was really fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Scared to say it because I feel like people are going to judge me, but Beyonce level, production wise, dancing, props, everybody. It was so amazing. And I had such a good time. Camping for that long with that many people.
Horrible.
Just crazy. A little
Well,
tense.
You could have stopped at the first word. Camping.
Horrible. No, I think you just really have to be prepared, and you have to really just accept that you're not going to be comfortable for 5 days straight.
Yeah.
So the nighttime was freezing. Full body shivering. Mm-hmm. And then the morning it was I need to rip every piece of clothing off. Nothing can touch me. I just want to be we went to a waterfall actually one day because I
saw pictures. It
was
beautiful.
That freaking hot. But it was really good. A little thing that worried me, and actually I ended up being right and worried about this. Security at these places is zero.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
Nothing. So they're supposed to search the cars. Literally, they're like, all right, get out of the car. And then they look at it and they're like, they look in the glove box, which, okay. And then they're like, okay, you're good. Then walking into the festival, security is absolutely nothing, which okay, again, we know it's a music festival. A lot of people are going to be doing drugs, whatnot, whatever. That's fine. But I'm worried about just safety wise. What the hell?
No, 100%. I went to EDC for one day this past year and didn't search my pockets. I believe I didn't even walk through a metal detector.
No, yeah.
Metal detector.
I did. We did at Bonnaroo, but still, the packs were so barely searched. You could theoretically bring something in. And what happened last week, I don't know if you heard about it. Did you hear about the Beyond Wonderland shooting?
No.
Yeah, so 2 people were shot and killed. I think more people were shot, but 2 people were definitely shot and killed at this festival in Washington called Beyond Wonderland. I think it was Washington. And I already know the owners, the people that run Bonnaroo, were shitting their pants for the rest of the 2 or 3 days at our festival because and security did get a little bit more strict. That the lines for getting in were a lot longer because they were actually looking through stuff. And I think that it's going to change the way that music festivals are as it should, because it just doesn't make sense. You can walk in with anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of repeated tragedies, bro, did you hear the submarine that's missing?
Actually, this is such a good topic, and this was something that I wrote down or that I wanted to talk about. Yes. What do you think about that?
So first of all, it was the super expensive submarine that was going to go to the site of the Titanic.
Right.
They named the submarine the Titan to go visit the Titanic.
Cringe.
Which already people had issues with because they were okay, this is literally a grave site and you're just going there just to
right. People and also people hate rich people, which
yeah. So it costs $250,000 per person.
I know.
To go down there.
There's a 19-year-old on it.
Which I don't. He was the son of
one of them.
the dads.
Dude, $250,000 is just absurd.
I wouldn't even fathom that it would cost that much.
I do, because like that. So I was like really looking into like what that means. Basically, it's like they're going as deep as like 2 Eiffel Towers, like worth deep into the ocean.
Right.
And on top of that, like the pressure of the ocean around you. Okay. When you're in anything, like when you're in any probably unsafe like situation, the ideal emergency plan is to exit that situation.
Right.
There's no exit.
There's no. You know what? So just for context, right? So this submarine is just lost. They can't track it. They don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's underwater, so
Right.
there's no way. Like they have oxygen tanks, and
Right.
the oxygen ends on Friday.
No, Thursday, 7 a.m.
Really? I thought it was Friday.
At 7 a.m. I thought it was Thursday. I heard Thursday.
Either way, it's around
Whatever.
where this episode
Sorry.
drops. Around when this episode drops,
Yeah.
which is crazy, terrifying. But you know what's crazier is like even if it does surface, which it has like emergency protocols
Right.
to surface, it's bolted from the outside. They can't get out. They can't open it. It
Right.
is bolted.
Okay.
So even if they're on surface, they're going to be able to see land, or not see land, but see the
Whatever,
air,
and they can't
they'll
do
still suffocate in there.
Right, because there's no oxygen. Interesting. That's so
Literally
dark
terrifying.
and disgusting. The thing is too, it's supposed to be an 8-hour round trip kind of thing. It only takes 2 hours to like go there and back, but it's supposed to be 8 hours because like you're supposed to like look around. Yeah, it's been like how long? 2 days, a day, 2 days, definitely 2 days. It's been on my For You page for at least 2 freaking days.
Yeah.
And so I looked more into it too, and it's like that submarine has not been.
It's not been used. It's brand new, right?
It's brand new. It's not even technology that anybody uses.
Okay, which is the issue because this submarine is so new that there's like only a couple of them, so they can't even go searching for them because there's no thing to go under with.
Oh my God.
So like, what are they doing? I don't know.
The last ping was on the surface, I'm pretty sure, or like 45 minutes into the descent or something, and then
sure
they
there's
still
updates
kept
every
going.
couple hours, but like, bro,
Dude, I don't know.
wild.
And then I was like thinking, and I didn't read into this more. Why can't? Because like they have other. I saw this like woman who was in the Navy for like 5 or 6 years, and she did like submarine stuff. But she mainly did like remote controlled ones, like unmanned ones,
Right.
and they were tethered. She said they still lost them. Even the ones that were tethered to something, they would still get lost because it's just the ocean. Like, you
Dude, the
can't
ocean's
predict it.
terrifying.
Absolutely. We've only explored 5% of it. That's actually a fact.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is a
yeah.
fact that like we said that was correct last time. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know what I would do. Like, what do you do in your final moments with, first of all, like 8 people you don't really know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You're supposed to like slow your breathing, take in as little oxygen as you can just to like maintain it. But like your heart is racing because adrenaline, so it's like there's no way
I would
to-
just be like, having to sit there and know that you're gonna die in a set amount of time is really, really crazy.
Yeah.
I'd start being like, all right, we're voting people off to conserve our oxygen. Who's dead first?
Yo.
And I wonder if they
Wow,
have
that
food.
should be a movie. Oh my gosh.
That shouldn't be a movie. I would be freaking out the whole time. You know what movie that's probably like? Gravity. Have you seen Gravity?
Yeah.
Ugh. Horrible.
Anyways,
But-
dude, what about? I'm so bad at transitioning.
You're like, so what about something super happy?
Yo, Karen AI. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's an influencer that clones
This is your
themselves-
transition?
What?
This is your transition.
Why?
We have to do something else. You can't just be like,
Rest in
so,
peace.
wow,
Moment of
it's
silence.
going to be so dark. All right.
No, they're gonna be found. Come on, I'm an optimist. That's why it's laughable. But not laughable. I cut this out.
Cut this. All right,
mind.
mode of silence. All right.
Karen
so
AI.
Karen AI. What about it? No, I haven't heard of this.
An influencer took 2,000 hours of her YouTube videos, put them into ChatGPT or OpenAI or
okay.
whatever, and now you can pay for her to be your virtual girlfriend.
Okay. I have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
All women need this. Not that girl. But you know the sprinkle girl on TikTok?
No.
Okay, she basically she has a very, people love her, people hate her, most women love her. She has a very clear plan and agenda. Basically, she wants a man that can provide for her, and she will stop at, she will play her little games to get it. They're not even that big of games, but she always says sprinkle at the end. Like, for example, she'll be like when, if a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? You're gonna be like, another man, that'll, pay for this, or if you're asking, she's like, if you want a woman to bring you something to the table, go to IHOP and then tip her, she brought you food, whatever. She's very funny, but she gives pretty good advice to women so that women aren't sitting there pining over doing everything, cooking, cleaning, doing everything for a man that's not on top of it, wants them to pay for everything too. Like, I don't know. Like, she gives pretty good like relationship advice. You have to take it with a grain of salt because obviously she can be a little extreme.
Yeah.
But that would be such a good AI thing to do. I would put all her TikToks, all her videos, everything into it, and I would just sit there and be like, I'm having this problem. Please help me.
Yeah, right. Well, the thing is, I mean, with this girl, like you can.
That's creepy.
Well,
Feels
think about parasocial relationships. Like people already watch YouTubers and think that like they're their friends, and they'll go up to YouTubers like and touch them and like hug them and like there's like, whoa, you're a stranger.
That's like with people's kids, bro. People feel so entitled to seeing your children because you post them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so it makes it to a different level.
So it's another level. Now they have an actual relationship, and not to mention, it's not just text, bro. It's voice message too. She can like send you back a voice message.
This is like her.
Yes.
I haven't seen that, or I haven't finished it.
Oh, I thought okay.
No, her. No. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I barely know her.
The stupid robot movie that won like an Oscar.
Okay.
He's in love with this AI, and then like all I remember is like halfway through, he finds out that she also has relationships with a ton of other people, and he's like, "What the hell? Like, what do you mean?" Like, but he's like, she's like, I'm, you know.
Also, like, Black Mirror, there was an episode. It wasn't a relationship, but it was a kid with the toy that was like mirrored after Miley Cyrus.
Oh, I actually haven't seen that one.
She got into like it was like her best friend. It was a little kid, but she was like, "This is my pop star idol, and this is actually her." And it was AI in that robot. Yeah. So but the thing is, like, for YouTubers, it's already dangerous being in public because people have that parasocial relationship with you. So now someone actually has it basically with you too. Yeah. Another question is this: your boyfriend pays for this. Is it cheating? It's AI. It's AI. It's a robot. It's not a person.
Why do you need it? Like, I guess it's not cheating.
Maybe that wouldn't be okay for you. Okay, let's take yourself out of it. Maybe, someone else is like, oh, my boyfriend has this app and it's an AI.
What is wrong in your relationship that you need that? It could be like the next level. Okay, this is probably a little inappropriate for the podcast, but it could be the next level of like, porn,
yeah.
Right. And then at that point, it's like still weird, but it's I don't know. I just think it's weird. I like what do you need that for?
Well, okay, what about this? What if they're not in a relationship and they just have it and you meet a guy and you sort of like them? They're like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I use this. That's already an issue, right? So I don't think I don't think it's weird. So much the cheating thing as opposed to like you're just in general using this thing. It's kind of
I feel like you're a fucking
go
loser.
outside, touch some grass.
Yeah, touch some grass, speak to somebody. What like oh my God, like what issues do you have that you can't speak to women?
And then the next level to this is every minute of voice recording from her is $1. So she leaves you like a two, and this, if you're doing this all day, she's leaving you multiple a day. You're talking like $20, $30 a day. Then every text is 60 cents. So if you're in an actual relationship with this, you're spending a few $100s a month.
Whoever this woman is a genius. She is genius.
But again, is it safe, bro? Someone's going to see her and be like, oh, I've been listening to your AI for the last year.
No, it's not safe. People are sick.
Terrifying.
People are crazy in the head. That she's going to have a lot of issues with this. I'm just like in shock by like, I think anybody that is using it needs to be like investigated. I'm being so serious. I'm not kidding, not one bit.
But you're saying they need to be investigated, but props to her for making it. She's the enabler.
Yeah, because she's gonna make money. She's not in. I mean, she's an enabler.
Make money for.
I don't think. No, I think you're already fucked up if you use it. It's not like you use it and then you get fucked up.
Yeah. So.
What normal person do you know that would use that?
I don't know.
The loneliest people I know. You're like delete. No, dude, come on. Like, I would seriously question, like, can you really, really not? I just think it's a red flag in general if you really get to the age that we're at and you don't know how to speak to a woman, period. Which to me, that's what that means to me. It's like you can't even have any sort of relationship with a woman. Like, I don't know. Yeah, no, definitely. But I guess you're right. I mean, it's a business move for her. A lot of business moves recently, bro. TikTok changed their monetization so freaking much. We talked about it briefly, but I didn't even know the full extent of it. Like, I'm like dollar signs.
I'm literally like, I just recently this past week scrolled through like the monetization possibilities on TikTok. You can monetize. You can take tips now, like just in your comment section. There's a way for like people to tip you like that. You can make what's it called? Series unlockable series, like a series of videos that someone has to pay to access. You can get obviously live donations from going live.
We have to start posting, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I'm going to start just live streaming my POV during the podcast so you get a raw, unfiltered, like me.
Yeah, I mean, people do that. TikTok Shop is a thing. Have you seen that around?
No.
Literally, you can list a product on your video. So you can be watching a video of someone like, this is my product, da-da-da. Right on the bottom of it, you click it. It opens in the TikTok app. It doesn't like go to another website. In the app, and then you can purchase it through
I can't even lie. That would be so helpful because I see so much cool stuff on there, but then I have to go to 4 links to get it. And then I'm like, all right, I'm already not doing this. This is going to be so good for like our crochet friends. Mm-hmm. They just post their little thing and then like people could just buy it right there.
100%.
I actually kind of like that. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Hopefully it doesn't get too freaking annoying. I already get annoyed by ads, even though sometimes, like, I think sometimes the videos for ads are really good, but the minute I see the little sponsored thing pop up, I'm like, skip.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that shit.
The thing too with TikTok right now, it's like every 3 videos you get like an ad or 2.
Yeah.
It's like,
and you open the app and it's automatically an ad.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happens, man.
Premium TikTok. That's what.
Same with YouTube. Remember when YouTube is like every like 10 videos you would watch, an ad would pop up, but now
it's like every
video,
literally every 30 seconds.
And you get 2 ads right in the beginning.
Yeah,
they gotta monetize. I get it, and as long as they're paying the creators, that's why I like have a little bit more respect for TikTok now because they're paying creators a little bit more. Okay. Still not as much as they should be.
Right. Agreed.
Especially
they're making ridiculous like.
It is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Everybody and their mother is on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Like.
And what you said about seeing dollar signs is so true. Like there's so much potential on this, and that's why I'm starting to post a lot more. Right. For the past few days, I posted twice.
I saw that one, the first one that you did. Yeah. It was so exciting.
It was at almost 500,000 views.
Brought the hoodie back. I got it.
Yeah. So I almost got the first video in like 6 months, right? Almost got 500,000 views, and then I think so far I made from it like $340 from one video. First video in 6 months. So now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if I post freaking, even 5 times a week, that is like $1,500.
We'll be posting 15 times a week.
And all you have to do is, I mean, that's so true. All you have to do is get one video that hits 10 million views, which is like, it's a big number, but it's so obtainable. 10 million views is like, I don't know, $8,000 in one video. Like what?
Pay our rent, bro.
I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'm going to start posting more too.
I'm going to start. Everyone says that. But you know what? I'm not even going to blame you.
I have started.
I'm not even going to blame you because I've been saying this I've been all talk, no bark for a year. All talk, no bark. Bro, I'm telling you.
I don't like that one. That's on your list. Strike it out. I don't like it.
It's not on my list. My list is very...
growing?
Yeah. It's much longer now. But anyways, I'm a big talker too. I'm like, I'm going to do it. But now I'm for real. 1, because I have to. 2, because like, again, there's so much potential. It's disgusting.
Also, we've already crossed the point of like, we've talked about this before, but we've crossed the point of like, this is cringy. Like, it's too late. We've cringed. We're cringed out. Remember how we're like, oh, people are too afraid to start because they think people are going to judge them. And people are going to be like, you're cringy.
No, but it's still a thing, dude.
No, it is still a thing. I mean, like, I still cringe myself out every time we post an episode, but at the same time, I freaking love what I do, so I don't really care. Like,
yeah. And tell me how like it never gets better. This is what I'm telling everyone. Like,
it never gets better.
I do it for a full-time living. I have almost 2 million followers. You would think like people would be like, oh, if I had 2 million followers, I'd feel so confident and like, oh, I'm actually making money, so whatever anyone else thinks. No, that's not true at all. Yeah. I've been posting. I posted again, first time in 6 months. Bro, you know how many like you're fat now comments that I gotten? Many of them.
Don't start with that because I know.
Everyone's like, oh, you fell off. Oh, da-da-da. Bro, I posted and within like 5 minutes.
You're still commenting, you
5 minutes later after I posted, someone said you fell off. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, I just posted it. Like, give it some time. You know what
They're like, no, we're not going to let this marinate for 1 second.
Yeah, and then some people were like, you used to be better at this than you are now. Or like, just like, I'm like,
how do you know from what video, crazy people?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's haters are my motivators, kind of gutsy going.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's never going to feel not cringy.
Oh,
you just got to do it.
I'm so terrified for like my first hate comments. I'm literally call you like Sander.
No, I mean, I told you, especially as a woman, they're gonna get bad.
Yeah, I know they're gonna get bad.
And even the ones
get ready. We can start practicing now.
I'm like 5 minutes a day. I'm gonna roast you.
5 minutes a day. You're just gonna get. It's not a good morning text anymore. It's you're fat. You're fat. You're fat. Oh my God.
Straight up. No, it's crazy, but you know what? I still encourage everyone to do it. And this is what I don't know if I said this on the pod. I say this all the time.
Yeah.
But your life, the life you live every single day. It's normal to you.
Yeah.
The things you do every day, the things you're interested in.
You have said this.
You on the pod?
I think so, yeah. But keep going.
Whatever. But the things you're interested in, other people, that's not their everyday life.
Right.
They think it's fascinating.
Right.
So I encourage everyone just to share.
No. And like, Why not? I mean, vlogging is fun, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It is. Plus, you never know what happened. There is a, I just saw a TikTok recently of this girl talking. She lives in New York City, and she was talking about pretty privilege in New York City and what a New York City 10 is. Because there's a 10, and then there's like a New York City 10.
Have we talked about this?
No.
I guess. Okay.
What do you mean you guess?
I mean, I know you're right.
But she was like, all my friends are New York City 10s.
Yeah.
And she's like, you guys don't understand the extent of it. It's not going into a club and getting free drinks. That's not what pretty privilege is. She's like, we're talking rent paid. The apartment pays your rent. Yeah. We're talking vacations, yacht trips, all planes, all this stuff. I
honestly do believe that. See, but like my problem with like acknowledging that, which I can't acknowledge that happens. I absolutely can. But like, my problem with acknowledging that is that like it allows for a certain breed of men that like absolutely hate women to insert themselves into the conversation. And they're like, see, women have it so much easier. Women just get everything handed to them. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, ugh, shut up. Yeah.
I mean, I can see that. But again, this is like a different, like, and all the comments were like, can we see one? Like, you're talking about all these, like, what does that mean?
No, because it's quiet. They're not going to out themselves. They're going to do what they need to do in private.
And the crazy part was, too, that, like, she was saying, these aren't influencers. These aren't people with, like, hundreds of thousands of
regular
followers.
People.
They have 400 followers on Instagram, but they are so beautiful that everyone just, like, wants them in their, trips and everything like that. And the thing, too,
that's
like,
so interesting.
Trips, it would kind of understand it, too, boat trips, all that stuff. But rent?
Well, okay.
They're like, we just want pretty people in this building free. What the?
Okay, a few things. One, it low-key does make sense. If you want to like attract a certain crowd of like very rich people, having people that just look good when you walk in, like kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Number two, I feel like it's better to get people that are only 400 followers or whatever because they're not like annoying. Have you ever met someone that like has a ton of followers and it's just because they're pretty? They're annoying. Oh, yeah. They're annoying as people.
Yeah.
I know you know.
Wait, no, I don't.
You're going to bleep it out or are you going to out me?
Oh.
My God. She's convinced. I'm sorry. I have to tell you. She's convinced that she helped write the like she was like, where are my lyric creds?
Anyways, yeah, a lot of people do hate on influencers and stuff like that. But honestly, too, it's too much. Like, they can be cringy. They're doing their thing. That's their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think that they can complain about it. I saw a video of Ninja recently talking about this other streamer, Tifu's. Ninja was reacting to Tifu's video. And in Tifu's video, he was like kind of getting emotional. And he was like, I stream 8 hours a day. I don't have time to do anything else. And then Ninja paused the video and was like, yeah, people don't realize that it's like, if you don't like streaming and you're tired of it, like it's the same as spending 8 hours doing something you hate.
Yeah, it's a job. Yeah.
But then all the comments were like, okay, I would do some 8 hours I hate if I was getting paid, millions and millions.
That's the thing too. It's like, I do understand the sympathy or I understand like venting about it and being upset. It's just like, you shouldn't vent about it to the people that have to go and work 60-hour weeks to like pay their rent. You know what I mean? Like the people that are watching you are people that are not living the lifestyle you are. So it's like you got to find people that
I guess know your audience. I guess that makes sense.
And again, you can say like, you know what, like this is really hard work. Like honestly, and I do hate it. I'm very blessed for what I like. I'm happy I do what I do, but like I just hate this part of it or whatever.
I mean, it was a 10-second clip. He probably said something along those lines.
Okay, then it's fine. Whatever.
Right?
Then people need to calm down. But at the same time, like if you're sitting there crying about how hard it is to be an influencer, like nobody's gonna take you seriously, and they shouldn't. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm still convinced that it's like you eventually just don't like doing it anymore. You don't like
100%. But
I have to.
I understand that. I get that. But there are so many worse things you could be doing. It's the same thing with me. I can't sit there and complain about my like 9 to 5 like to somebody that like I know, or I'll sit there and be like, it really sucks, like I get tired or whatever, but I do know my audience. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it to someone who has to like physically get up, go clock in, work on their feet for 16 hours and come home.
I guess but think about this. So yeah, that like, staying on your feet for 16 hours, that's a lot, right? But also people get to clock out at a certain time. Influencers and people that are like nonstop, like they have to do, people don't understand that it's not, these people streaming for 8 hours, they're not clocking out and then like going to sleep or going to hang out with friends or doing whatever. Yeah. They're literally like planning what's going to happen the next stream.
No, they're working constantly. Again, right. I get it. It's just like, you're blessed to have that problem.
Right.
So, I don't know. You know your audience. maybe you should be getting sympathy for it because it does really suck, but like you're not going to from these people.
And again, what we just talked about, the hate comments, like it is emotionally exhausting getting every single thing you do in your life, getting it critiqued.
Yeah, that part is so scary.
Right.
That part is terrifying. And also people
it's
are
not
disgusting.
That part, it's their entire life 24/7.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Like I literally think it's disgusting.
It's like imagine doing your job that you love and you're very fortunate to have.
Yeah.
But then like literally there are like hundreds of people texting you every day like,
you suck.
You look ugly. You're horrible at this. Like, bro, like you know what I mean? That's
what's crazier? It's like people. This is kind of dark too. But it's like, did you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
This is kind of dark too. But like, I think what would hurt me the most is like our own friends saying it behind our backs. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just feel like, because if it's a stranger, it's still gonna hurt for sure. But I'm just like, fuck you. But like. If it was like our own friends, I would just be like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure,
Well, I mean, it's fine, but like,
yeah,
you can cut this part out too. It doesn't really matter. But
no, I mean, it's a good thought. It's a good sentiment for sure.
I'm like, feel bad. No, I just think it just makes it all that more real when you're trying to do something. But like, again, you just gotta freaking get up and do it. Like,
yeah. And the other thing is like when you're, there is an element of people saying that's cringe when you're trying. But also there are a lot of people supporting you, like, come on, keep going, like, especially strangers,
of course.
But then when you make it, then people, the script flips immediately. I'm thinking about Matt Rife on TikTok, comedian.
You know what's crazy? It's my dad's birthday today, so like it'll be 2 days ago when this drops. But like I was thinking of what to get him, and Zana was like, oh, like, he never, like, he's really not the type to like ever want to like go to anything, but like he was watching Matt Rife and was like, this guy, I would go see him. And then he was like, he doubled down because like he backed up because you know how he has to be. He's like, but I'd probably leave a little early because I don't like comedy shows too much, but like I'd actually go see this guy. I was like,
tell me how I know exactly why you like him.
I was like, Zon. I was like, what? I was like, you don't know who that is? She didn't know who that was. What? I was like, how do you not know? I was like, right now, let me see what his ticket prices are. $400.
Yeah.
$400.
Dude, he's the biggest. He's in Times Square, featured in Times Square.
I know.
He's like on
$400 for a ticket, and there's like 5 left. Like I can't even get 5 in a row for our whole family, which I would never for that much money. And also, I would never for Matt Rife. Like he's funny. He's funny, but I don't want to pay $400 to see him.
Not that much.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
He is very funny, but it was like, just so weird. I was like, Dad, where did you?
That is
even
such a
my
random,
dad knows him. I was like, what the hell?
That is such a random like connection.
It was so weird.
But I have to say, like 6 months ago, when he was like. I think he's had a history of like being on the internet or whatever. But like 6 months ago when he was like relatively new to TikTok, at least like that scene,
everybody loved him.
Everyone loved him. Everyone was like, he's so hot.
Yeah.
Like, he's so charismatic. Da da da. He hasn't changed. It's been the same exact content for 6 months, and now all of his comments are like, he's so cringe. I get the
I'm like, okay, but again, money has to be a factor. If my show is sold out and the tickets are $500,
bro, it's supply and demand.
Call me ick, baby. I don't care.
Oh, right. So you're saying
call me gross. I don't care. I will sleep happy at night with like knowing that, because ultimately he is funny. Like objectively, he is very, very funny. I think the turning point for it was when he was on the podcast with, was it Joe Rogan? No. No. It was Bert Kreischer and theirs. I don't remember. Basically, he starts talking about, he's like, I did something wrong in my relationship, but then her reaction just made it like 10 times worse. And everybody in the comments was like, what are you saying right now? Like, it just sounded like a typical like gaslighty, no accountability answer. Like he was like, her reaction to something I did that was wrong was just so messed up. It's like, okay, calm down. Like I know that there's a lot of nuances and things, so like I'm sure it was more to it, but it's just such a weird thing to say, and that's where I think it started going downhill. But again, just laugh. Like just go to the comedy show and laugh. You don't have to like love him as a person, and he makes mistakes just like everybody else. He's not a perfect person. Like, so I don't know, people are too people just want to hate. Actually, that's what it is. And people hate anything that's mainstream.
Yeah.
Drake.
And I could
which questionable now, but still.
I could I mean, I can honestly see, I would say like probably 7 out of 10 Matt Rife videos I'm like actually laughing at, but there are a select few that like he has these mannerisms where he just laughs
cringy.
at his own joke.
He's so cringy when he does that, dude. I can't.
No, but he does that every single joke.
I know, and I can't. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. When he just like stops talking and he's like, I'm like, oh my God, turn it off.
The people,
he is funny though.
The people imitating him are so freaking funny because they do it so
I haven't seen that. But I would probably cry.
They like exaggerate to like, what's your name? and they're like, Sarah. He goes, Sarah?
Yeah, no, literally. That's
like,
so
bro,
perfect.
why
That's
are you
actually
laughing?
so perfect. I can't, but I mean, it's fine. Like Matt Rife, if you see this, it's fine.
No. Honestly, though, if we're trying to hype him up, I think that all his show is, at least the clips that I've seen, are just all crowd work, and that
He's
is
very
so
good at crowd work.
nervous. That is nervous. That is
Nerve-wracking
That
is
is
the word you were
nerve-wracking
looking for.
and like insane to like, like he picks someone out and then just goes back and forth and back and forth. Like in general, that'd be hard just to like connect with someone that smoothly, but then also to make it funny.
He's so good at it. He
Yeah.
really is very, very good at it. Like, I really want to know that, like, are any of these people planted? Because it's a little too good. But then I'm like, okay, people are like naturally really funny. No, he's really good. The dad thing, like I just couldn't get past it. I was like, my dad? I was like, this is so weird. Like usually like, I don't know, it's like young girls who like him because he's like such a heartthrob. Like, so I don't know.
Tell me how this past Sunday, I was at church and the speaker was a dude who was in prison for 33 years. 33 years he was in prison for. When he was like a teenager, he was like involved in drugs and gangs and stuff like that. And and one night he exchanged shots, and he didn't know he hit anyone, but he went home, and then turns out that whoever he shot, like he hit him and he died. So he went to jail when he was a teenager, and then he was in there for 33 years.
Okay.
And in prison, so apparently you can get a degree in prison.
Yeah, there's actually Yale just had their first.
Yale?
Yale, yeah.
Bro.
They're first incarcerated. They're still in prison, inmates. Like,
But
just
they still do
graduated.
background checks to apply. Interesting. No, but like
Crazy.
he literally
They're in prison. They can't do anything. Background check to apply. Okay,
No,
you
but
could
I'm
do the
talking-
worst thing ever. You're already.
No, I
you're
know.
you're
But I'm talking
contained.
about like regular students. Like if you let a prisoner in.
But he's in prison.
You're like, I have 3 DUIs.
No.
This guy, like, what's the issue?
Just 3. Like,
No, but so in prison, he like got his degree, his pastoral, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Then he started a church in prison, and he had like, I forget, like, wait.
it's virgin on
Also,
culty.
this was this was one of the highest lockdown prisons, like the highest top
Maximum security.
maximum security prisons. But he had like, I think there was like 1,600 pastors in there or something, and I was like, bro, this is a city.
Yeah, that is insane.
You know what I mean? And so he started his own church and stuff, and then he got a life sentence. He was gonna be in there for life. But he applied with no parole, no house arrest, no nothing. But he applied to, I forget what the terminology is like. Yes. He applied to get out of prison, basically.
Okay.
And
Me too.
he got denied. And again, he was like doing all the right things in prison. Like he was like, I mean.
Well, we could talk about that.
What?
The prison system here is not for reforming people.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, this is my point to this. He applied, he got denied. You know how long you have to wait after getting denied? 5 years
Okay.
to apply again.
Shit.
So the next time he waited 5 years, applied again, got denied again. I think he did like 3 or 4 times. He finally got out, and he's been out, and he was doing this whole message like at church, right? Talking about his story and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, so I finally got out 2 months ago. And he literally was just out, and he started like getting emotional. And it was just
do you
like,
know what's insane? These people, go on.
No,
actually,
go.
finish. They don't know how to use cell phones.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do anything.
Dude.
Because they just drop you off on the street and they're like, good luck.
yeah, dude, tell me how he's like the first restaurant I went to the bathroom to wash my hands, and I like tried to pump the soap, and I was like, there's no pump. Like, where do I go? And he was like just feeling it. Yeah, he was like feeling it around. He's like, there's a pump here. And then it accidentally came out when he did the sensor.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And then he didn't even know that existed.
I would be
then,
like,
yeah, right.
like 8 times.
Like going fast.
Trying to miss it.
Yeah. And then he goes over to the water, and he's like, there's no He's like, maybe it's the same way. So he just puts his hand under, and then it goes.
Wow, human beings can learn like crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, but as far as like, yeah, credit cards, smartphones, like he's like, when I went into prison, there was just like those backpack phones that were like freaking huge. You know what I mean? Like that's where he went into
Bro
prison.
never
came
saw
out
an
with a
iPhone.
smartphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild and insane. But yeah, I mean,
That's not what
and the
prison's
amount of
supposed to be.
what?
So that's not what prison's supposed to be.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're a rapist, then you can rot.
We have the most amount of
Incarcerated.
in the world in this
Yes,
country.
that's correct. Yeah.
It's wild.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's just modern day slavery again. I'll go into this conversation again.
Yeah, because I couldn't wrap my head around that concept until I heard this guy, and I was like, there's communities, there's people.
Oh, so what you're saying is you had to wait for a man to tell you for you to believe it.
Who's been to prison? Yes, as opposed to someone that's seen 4 tweets about it.
I don't have to freaking go to prison to know.
Yeah, but you had to go to Twitter.
Twitter's like you have to.
I just saw an article today that said Zendaya and Tom Holland broke up. They didn't break up. It was just on Twitter.
Was it TMZ?
No, it wasn't.
Liar. Was it Pop Sugar or whatever?
No.
What was it? Cosmo?
No. I don't remember what it was.
It was some random doofus. It was me tweeting it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So anyone could say that the prison
Okay, but you got to look at the sources. I'm not stupid. Also, there's books on this. Also, it's just a common theme. Also, it makes logical sense. We're in
There's books on Scientology.
Marijuana is, yes, obviously, yeah. Marijuana has been decriminalized in like so many states, and so many people are still incarcerated over marijuana for like decades.
Yeah, tell me how also this guy I follow on TikTok, he was in prison for 22 years. He was robbing a bank or a store or something. His partner that he went in there robbing died. He didn't kill him. He just happened to die in that. But you get charged with this type of murder. I forget what it's called. Something murder. For just his partner that he attempted this bank robbery with dying. And so he got put away. He didn't kill anybody, but he got put away for 22 years.
His partner died? I'd be like, I did you guys a favor. What are we talking about right now?
You would have done it. No, but I think they did.
You were going to do it anyway.
No, that's the point. I think they did do it, but he still got charged for it because of that.
Oh, because somebody died in the process. So if anyone dies on the process. Don't rob banks, kids.
But yeah, you're right. Especially if something gets decriminalized and someone's still in jail for that crime.
It's disgusting.
Bro, yeah. That is wild.
Well, and on that note.
On that note.
Actually, I have a question before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Pepsi versus Coke. I don't know how
I was about to say that.
Okay, perfect.
I wish I said the joke. I was about to say it, but I was like, let me not joke right now.
No, I'm going to joke right now.
No.
We already moment of silence.
Wow.
Once during this episode, it encompasses all things.
I don't know. I'm not a big soda drinker.
There's only one answer.
Yeah, whatever. I just drank a Pepsi and it was fine. Honestly, Pepsi's way better.
You're just going to choose something.
I need to taste Coke.
Coke is amazing.
I can't even think of the flavor.
If aliens... It's just basically the same. Yeah. If aliens came down from...
It's basically... Well, you just drank, it's the same thing. But also, this one's better.
It is. If aliens came down to this planet and were like, you know what? Give us something that, like, defines humanity. Like, what is the, like, elixir of life? It's Coca-Cola.
Not McDonald's Sprite?
No. That is a weapon. That is a weapon.
You'd be like, they don't not come in peace.
That is dangerous. You have one of those and... Anyway.
Alrighty, well... Tomorrow, we're shooting another podcast, bro. We're on the grind.
We're not going to stop. It's going to be 3 times a week minimum. Live streams every night. Let's do 5.
No, we could film for 7 days a week. The editing would be the problem. But we could totally do it, filming.
7 days a week?
Yeah. We could. Come on.
Yeah, I have enough to talk about.
All right.
I don't know who'd listen 7 days a week.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe and follow. All of that stuff. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Bye.
I always forget if it's me first or you.
It's you first.
Maybe 20 episodes later we'll get it. Peace. Bye. All right.